Welcome back to Crypto Talk, guys. So I wanted to run down a few things with you on Bitcoin and make this one short. This is more of an overview. I'm going to run down some things with you here for Fusio as well. But I wanted to touch on the pull multiple and the heat map for Bitcoin since we're just range bound. In my opinion, we're very bullish. We're kind of like we were 6 months ago. We're in a consolidation period, allowing institutions and whales to accumulate before the next big leg push up. When will that happen? I don't know. But I can tell you here, you can see each time we had a blow off top, you had it here in May of 2021. And then you can see we've had diminishing returns since then. And even back to of 2021, February, March, when we had our false blow off top, you already had up to about 3.3 on this scale. We're currently sitting at 1. So we're nowhere close to a peak at this point in time. I've gone over this before in market calendars. I've got October 13th of 2025 is when I think the Bitcoin is going to peak. What that price will be is debatable. Math says it can go as high as 340,000. Is that realistic? I don't know. I think you're going to have as high as 250, 200 as totally realistic and doable based off the math I can see at this point in time. Remember, COVID kind of made us blow off about 6 months too early in 2021. That was more of a liquidity crisis in that regard. So you had quantitative easing at this point in time due to COVID. Same thing in the last 3 cycles. It's all based on the M2 money supply and the global debt cycle. So that's why I really pay a lot of attention to this. The pi cycle top indicator is not even close to blowing off as well. So I just wanted to, again, revisit this, let you know you guys are fine. Every dip in this, in my opinion, is a buying opportunity, but it's not financial advice. Moving over to the heat map. So you can see we've got a liquidity right above us in this range. So we're probably going to ping pong in between this for a while until institutions in whales decide it's time to move up to a higher target. I've already had that higher target talked about. 114 is where I'm looking at to hold as support. Once you're above 114, I'm looking towards 125, and then we can reevaluate what I see at that point in time. Moving on to my Patreon. If you guys need some private help, I have a few of you already in there. I'm working with you guys on one-on-one video conference calls to kind of run down through your theses, make sure you have the right tools at your disposal. Anybody gets in, even for just 1 month, gets access to my Mongo Pro Trader indicator. It's a lifetime subscription. Once you have the Pine script code in your trading view chart, it is yours forever. So I can help you with that. So if you need to pay for my time, that's what you got to do. Hop over to Patreon, sign up. Even if it's just 1 month, you can cancel the next month. Doesn't matter. But that's what that's for. I'm here to help you. I would highly suggest, if you haven't already, jump over to the block guard medium articles. It looks like this. Let's go to profile. All of this stuff I'm written. So the past few days past week, I've had my head down working while Bitcoin's moving sideways, making articles for everybody. So I highly suggest you start with the main Fusio article. Gives you a grand overview of all the product offerings we have. If you want to get in on the pre-sale for Fusio's token, you can do so. Please DM me, or email me, or find any other way to contact me. You can do so. All of my information is in the links below. But basically, you're going to get it at, it's basically 100% below list price on the centralized exchange. So we're being very picky who we get into this, because we don't want someone to pump and dump that. For example, if you put $5,000 in, you're getting 1 million Fusio tokens. We have a cap supply of 1 billion. We have some deflationary aspects where the team will actually use fees generated from the DEX aspect side of things to buy Fusio tokens back off the market. We'll at some point in time even have a burning feature as well. So you'll be 40% on side from when you do launch on the launch pad. So if you can't get into that, you still have a pretty nice buffer there in terms of price appreciation. There's no lockup period. So once you have your tokens, you can sell at any point in time on the DEX and or a centralized exchange. Once we list, we have a couple we're in talks with, so hopefully we'll have more than one when we do launch, kind of going from there. So please read this article if you haven't already, but basically this article breaks it down to 3 categories. We have the consultancy side, which is the big money maker. This is the one where banks, institutions will use Fusio to offer their own white label solution. We're able to customize the the back end for them. So that instead of having to use, for example, Bank of America, they'll have the Bank of America's interface on the front side for the website and their app. And then all of the back end stuff is using Fusio software to execute all their cryptocurrency-based trades. We have some hedge funds in Europe that are very excited about this, along with some European banks, including Swiss banks. So it's just a matter of time before some of these U.S. banks are kind of have to, like JP Morgan. Their clients wanted crypto, so they had to start offering cryptocurrency options to them. So these banks don't like to build their own stuff. They like to find software that we provide or some other provider has come out with, and they'll integrate it into their own software. So you still think it's JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, HSBC, but really it's Fusio that's doing all the back end work for them. So they don't have to do anything other than plug and play us. So this is where Fusio is going to game change in that regard. Our portfolios, which you've already seen, you can play around with this. I'll scroll down through this in case you can't get access to Medium. I think you get 5 free articles before you have to sign up. But I've run down a bunch of options and tutorials on how to do stuff here in the Fusio portfolio ecosystem. You can basically jump into Mr. Crypto Face's fund, my fund. There's a Mongo fund in there as well. Or you can make your own. There's a portfolio builder. You can build your own if you like. So play around with that. We have some new stuff coming out with the Fantasy Fusio game, which I'll update you later. The wallet's another game changer. All the features you have on all of our desktop aspects are in the wallet. Buy, sell, and trade your NFTs directly through us. You can obviously do your regular crypto-based stuff through the wallet versus sending, receiving, selling, swapping. You can see your advisor panel through the wallet as well. So if you want to hire a financial planner, whether that's a private one or through one of the large banks, you can do that here as well. You have your integration for that. You have your AI bots for your own individual use, but also at the same time, you're going to have AI agents that the financial planners and banks will be able to program for themselves for their own specific uses. So AI it's tremendous on what it's doing for us moving forward, and just giving you an idea what our wallet. In my opinion, this is the best wallet on the market, period. It's sexy. It's got way more than the average wallet has. In my opinion, we knocked it out of the park. So pretty freaking awesome. So I don't want to talk much more than that, guys. There's not much going on in the market. I'll touch on the charts just one time here for you. Bitcoin's range bound. There's not much to talk about, as you saw on the heat map. You pretty much between 98,000 and 93,000, there's nothing. So we're ping-ponging, grabbing liquidity, chopping people out, getting people frustrated. In the way the markets work, as soon as people get frustrated and leave the market is when it's going to rocket. So historically speaking, Wednesdays and Saturdays are the big mover days. So keep that in mind. Personally, I'm really not focused so much on ETH. I do have some more or less for transaction purposes, but I'm focusing more so on AVAX, Solana, Band Protocol, SUI. I'm keeping an eye on Rune only because it's down so much. I think it has found a local bottom. I don't know if they had a network outage. I haven't done much research, but I do know something big came out and they dropped like 80% over like a 3-day period of time. So kind of reminds me when last market cycle, Phantom's main developer / founder left the protocol, and it just rugged quite a bit, but it has bounced back since. So not financial advice, but maybe a big buying opportunity as well. Mainly trading Melania and Trump coin on scalp trading. So if you don't know what scalp trading is, and you don't know if you're a swing trader or scalp trader, head over to Patreon. That's what I'm there to do. I'm here to help you one-on-one via video conference calls and coaching to help you decide on what is the best course of action for your risk tolerance and show you how to become a more professional and proficient trader. So the goal there, I don't care if you make $50 a day. Small incremental goals add up over time. So I'm here to help you. Trading may not be your forte, but remember, you want to be smart about this. Don't use your entire portfolio. Use a small 5% window of liquidity to eventually play both sides of the market. You can short and long at the same time. So I'm here to help you. Again, one last look at the heat map. We're really stuck in the range. We're not really doing much. You've got the Bank of England. Let's go over some news real quick in my head. Bank of England last week cuts rates again. So China is in a big hurt. We need the US dollar to devalue itself. That will increase trade globally with the U.S. Of money, or excuse me, exports going out. China needs us to devalue in the worst way possible so they can start money printing. And remember, the U.S. is usually 6 to 8 months behind whatever China does. So if China is money printing, the U.S. can guarantee we will money print late spring, early summer of this coming year as well. So we had during 2020 through 2022, we were in a QE phase where money printing and quantitative easing and rate cuts were happening. So you were at zero basically. And then you had quantitative tightening the past 2.5 years where they were increasing rates. We've stopped that here in the U.S. We've stopped about 6 or 8 months ago of increasing rates. We've been cutting since. We have one rate cut coming for 2025. During that time frame, that's the guaranteed one. I think we'll have 2 more, in my opinion. You're about to see the M2 money supply globally just skyrocket. And then historically, every single time we've done that, you've had the march up to a blow off top. So the blow off top is coming. Please be patient. If all your money like me is stuck in crypto and you don't have, it's down quite a bit. Just find other avenues to make money. Sell some stuff on eBay. I have some gold and silver I still need to sell. Being that gold's at pretty good prices, I will convert that into cryptocurrency. And then lastly, I've had a major mind shift personally where I've looked at any Bitcoin that I do have left over. I'm leaving it as a long-term savings account, just like you would a retirement or 401k. I've stopped selling my Bitcoin, although I do have a lot less than I used to have. Michael Saylor even says that all you need is 0.1 Bitcoin long-term. So if Bitcoin hits $13 million in a decade, your 0.1 Bitcoin will be worth a lot of money. And I think long-term people are not going to sell their Bitcoin. They're just going to leverage it and use, like Michael Saylor does it, for loans against, or for collateral for loans long-term. So I think that's where we're heading. But I want to keep this short. Nothing to say is financial advice. Best of luck. You want to find me here at Crypto Blackwall on Twitter, the Blackguard Discord. And if you need some more information on Fusio's token, pre-sale, the launch, all that stuff, keep it on the Twitter accounts. Also, our major Twitter account will blow out these 3 articles over the next 3 days. I believe the Portfolio Pro popped out yesterday. They'll have the consultancy and the wallet one coming out over the next day or so. So keep that in mind. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for your support. Bye.